Yen's going over the accounts. Everything looks great. Well supplied, lots of equipment. And she loves her new bow, which I'm really pleased about. We've discussed the new troop recruitment scheme, and we've decided that we're going to do some bandit camping. Search maps for camps and take them out. My name's Huckster, and this is our story. Okay, so this is actually a message to the creator of this mod, Renascence Caradia. Please note that I'm just making observations, certainly not criticisms. Where am I? Okay, I'm going to go in here. Now, I just want to upgrade these two because I've changed my perk in leadership. So this Battalion tribesman, I'm going to right click her. Okay, she's going to go down, and I will probably turn her into an archer just because. Yeah, I'll go for an archer just to see, you know. Anyway, at this point, she's going to go from her to a local religion priest. But I noticed I couldn't upgrade her because I didn't have any noble mounts in my inventory. I think the actual icon's slightly different. No biggie, as I say, these are not criticisms. But to upgrade her, I need a noble mount at this point. So this one. Okay, I thought I had two noble mounts. Let's have a look. Right, a noble mount 1, 2. I'll buy both of them. Go back in. Oh, okay. Right, which one's which now? Okay, so that one is the... I'm actually going to turn her not into the Valandian, but into the Empire. Reason for that is I'm Empire and I have a perk that gives bonuses to troops of my culture. So I can't do that one because I require a mount. Okay. Wow, do I need a noble mount each time? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a bit of this. Oh, much too much. I'll actually do it. Go back in. Do I need another noble mount? Let me just check. Is that... Ouch. Maybe I won't have a party full. I've got two. I've got two in there now. Alright, cool. So let's see if they take them. Because obviously if that is the case, then there's no way I'll be able to have 400. Of these. Maybe that's why, you know, that's the restriction. Because obviously otherwise it will be kind of devastating to have a whole load of those female troops with those kind of... Sorry for the faffing. Right. There we go. Right, back. You just don't have enough XP probably. Oh, mate, I don't know. What do you need? You're... Oh, I see. Ah. Right. Let me just check that then. So if I want that one, I've got to go noble mount. But if I want that one, I don't. But I do want a noble mount. So I'm going to do that one. Why do you not just have enough XP? No, oh I see, so you still need a noble mount to get to that one. Okay, what I'll do, there aren't any more here. Nope, I do have a bunch in my stash in my castle. So I will go to my castle and then just check it out. So I'll be back when I'm there. So I attacked a bandit party on the way back to the castle, which was actually really dumb because I only had that far to go. Anyway, so what happened was I lost my, where are you? My battalion. She got to here. So yeah, you know, note to self. So what I did, right, that first level doesn't have anything, just a very cheap upgrade. This one, noble mount. Okay. So where are they now? Down at the bottom. Okay, so that one is noble mount. Noble mount, okay. What am I going to do? I'm going to go here. I might just make a few. And if I'm going to be honest, I'll probably be more likely, wow, to make archer units. No, not that one. Because they have a better life expectancy. That's why. Okay, I'm going to ignore all of them. Right, so which one do I want? That one is the local religion fight. Local religion. That's one. The local religion fight. And you only have the one choice at this moment. Okay. Right, let's have another look. Okay, back to noble mount. Ooh, okay. That was the battalion. Oh no, this was the battalion, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, so she's a top tier, level 8. I don't think she was. She didn't seem. I lost track of how many horses I've had to use now. But she seemed to level up quicker, bearing in mind that she was brand new. So, 113 body armour. Look at that, it's just unbelievable. I would wear that. Noble hero longbow. Wow, okay. Lumbago arrows. Ooh. How many? 218. But the damage is negligible. Okay, I guess they're still tier 6. Okay, so yeah, I'm assuming these need to be addressed. Less stack, more damage. Let's go back to you. You need XP, don't you? So right, that many. Let's just, yeah, you are that. Oh no, oh, okay, you're, oh bollocks, I fucked up with this one, didn't I? Or did I? Yeah, no, she was, I don't know now. I thought she was the, oh, I bet, am I going to just turn both into the same? Yeah, it looks like they're both going to become the same one anyway now, which is fine. Oh, I am so... Right, let's just give her some more XP. And then we can choose... But obviously it definitely looks like they're both going to be ending up being the same type. Right, that's with the noble mount and that's not. So it was going to be this one, wasn't it? So I can't seem to make that Empire one anymore. Okay, still fine. I won't make any more. I obviously get this one up. I'm not going to make any more for now. I just, wait until it's been remedied. Right, so where are you? You're going to go. But you do need a noble mount. All of these ones do. So I end up with two of the same, two of those. And I put 6 noble mounts into my... And yeah, I used all 6 of them. Cool. Right, what's going to happen now is these ladies are going to join here. Yeah, once they get their ammo sorted, that, yeah, good. Alright, cool. Well, that was fun. It's just, well, what is that? That is 160. Oh, bollocks, right, I'll look at that later. I can't click on them this side either. Right, I can. Okay, so the bandit ones I could click. Oh, okay, some I can click on. So I can click on that one, but they're the same. I can click on him, but I can't click on him. Interesting. You know what? These guys were in here. Alright. Right, I'll leave it as is for now. And that was that. Okay, so I will definitely over the course of time make more of the ladies. But I'll come back when I've got other stuff going on. Okay, now that I've had a bit of chance to have a look through and click a few buttons. Going over this, 10, even though when I looked at it in comparison to the other numbers, like 100 accuracy and... Anyway, 10 is phenomenal. It's over 3 times their damage output. And their stack amount is unbelievable. So I'm assuming this is going to be nerfed at some stage, because that's, well, if it's not, great, because what I am going to do is make more, and I will just slowly garrison. I wonder how much they cost me. Is there any way of knowing? I can't click on that one, but I can click on this one here. Where are you? There. Yeah, no. If there is a way of knowing, I don't know what it is. So, I think if I have 100 of these ladies garrisoning Hanukkah, by the time I declare war, which is going to have to be within 944 days, that will be nice, because I'm assuming these guys are going to want to take it back. So right, that's, yeah, I've got that much time to do a few bits and bobs, go around. What I'll do is if I spot anything else that I find interesting or intriguing, I'll come back, but really I'm going to wait until I can declare war and start this going, and then I'll be, back fully charged and mission on. Okay, right, back later. Okay, I've spent the last, I don't know, 50, 70 days, possibly more, a lot of hours anyway, going through this Renascence mod, and mostly troops and equipment. So let's start with troops. The bandit troops. Now the problem I have with that, if I click on that, I only get this one, which is great. She's the top tier, and the same with her. Whereas when I click on them, I can actually see the progression. So okay, so this one is a Battanian villager. These were either Valandian or Empire. They essentially have the same tree, which is cool. That's fine. So they come from the archer base camps, and they come from the mountain bandit base camps. I haven't had a chance to check the other three, the Sea Raiders, the Kazati types, and the Sari ones. Anyway, those three. So I'm going to go and have a look at them next and see what they turn into. I'm quite looking forward to that. I could probably find it by typing it in here. So probably like a Sturgeon camp follower or whatever, but I'm going to go that way anyway. But the other thing I discovered is when you level them up, let's see if that one's got enough. No, okay. When you level them up, you need a noble horse, and then another noble horse, and then another noble horse, and then another noble horse. No, you need a noble horse for that one, but not for this one. And then you need a noble horse for this. So if you go down this route, you need, from a villager, I think it's 3, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 noble horses, and 4 that way. Which I've been buying them. I've been going around to every village or town or wherever and buying them and using the ones I had. And the cheapest ones I found were £5,000 so far at the moment in this game, and the most expensive were about 12, but the average ones were about 7. So about £7,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 42 grand to go that way, and then 35 to go that way. Now to be honest, they look, crossbow 350. It's great. So I've made those because they're cheaper for a start, and I want range to go into my garrison. So I'll make a few of them, but that being said, these guys are still pretty good. I can't click on that one. Now I've got 2 sets here, so I can click on that one. I can't click on that one, okay? So they're still pretty good, but these are just better. But they are way more expensive. These are like, 42 plus grand, 42 to 45, depending on the price of the horses. But it's not just the price of noble horses, it's the availability. Normally at this stage of the game, I would have, probably both going here, but my mounted troops on noble mounts, the most appropriate. So the melee, the cavalry, they'd have the more robust, and the horse archers will have the lighter, quicker. So, I'd only need 10, 15 or so, depending on how many companions and party members I have. But I collect in loads because you just do, tournaments, the perks you get, you just find horses, taking horses off enemy lords, and they just end up in the stash. Luckily you can live here for free, which is really handy. On that note, quick side concept, there's always loads of grain, and often too much grain. It's people are weighted down in it, and yet the horses don't eat. Is there a potential mechanic for that, or will it just be a ball ache? But it'd be a good way to get rid of the grain, and it would be more realistic. Anyway, back to the actual. So I normally end up with loads of these noble horses anyway, but I've only got 8 because I've probably just used. Okay, well, let's have a look. Castle garrison. 5 of those at 5 each, 25 there, and these ones are 1 every, so 6, so 24, so roughly 50 noble horses to make these 2, give or take. I was making them individually, working out what they'd become, and blah, blah, and oh, we need 2, and made 1, then 2, and then 3. So I didn't do it as accurately as I would like, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, well, okay. So I know now that I can produce archers for my garrisons, because if I was to go the other route and go to these guys, they'd cost the same, I think. No, they'd be more expensive. They are phenomenal, but cavalry die a lot. And a 50k troop in comparison to, these guys, they cost what? A war horse. And one thing I always do is buy war horses. I've got tons, because I know I'm going to burn through them. So this point in the game, I will just go around the map buying every warhorse, regardless of the cost, because I'm going to need them en masse when I go to war, because I'll need to replace my horse archers and cavalry. Anyway, so I always collect loads of these. Now I've started collecting these, but they are quite rare. They are incredibly rare. And these are the more expensive ones. So I really don't want to be using these guys for, that's 8 grand for a noble horse. They're not the most, they're not the cheapest, but using 2 of those to make 2 levels on a troop, no, that'll make the troops cost millions. It would be ridiculous. And these are better for up and coming family members and more companions. So that was that side of it. The bandits, female bandit troops. But the other side of it, I made these. So that's the legionary top tier guy now. I can't convert these or these. These were made from brand new troops. Okay, and the same applies to these. Now they are pretty. They got 10 less crossbow, but athletics and one hand are better, and they have better armor. So yeah, I'll make those anyway. I'll get rid of the other crossbowmen because I can't convert them anyway. And then slowly, what I've got to do is replace these and these and these. So once I've done that, so I've got what, 130, 190, 200, 300 infantry troops to swap out and change over. These guys are all okay because they're pretty much top tier anyway. When I get some more cheap horses, I can convert her up. So I basically got this nice, okay to be honest, but got to replace all of these with, you know, the top tier of these two, and replace these, and then I've got to do the same with his party because he can't convert his either by the looks of it. Now I'm assuming that is because I added the mod during the campaign at this stage, so all the troops that I currently own can't go to top tier. It's not an issue. I know that if next campaign I start, I use this mod, and every troop that I create will be able to naturally go to the top tier with no inconvenience. For me, it's something that I'm going to just do within this time frame. Because one of the things I love about the campaign is this, the sense of urgency. You know, a sandbox, yeah, I could just, I'll do that whenever, it doesn't matter, but I've actually got to get it done, and I still can just be leveling up all my guys. So currently I've got 4 really good governors, but peacetime governors predominantly, and what I'm trying to do is make 2 wartime. I want this guy's up, and then be able to use every militaristic, so I can dump him in a castle that's out on the front line to encourage them to attack that. But I need this to get up as quickly as possible, and I need her to actually be my in-party engineer, and so I need to leapfrog these up, but as quickly as possible. It's she's made 1 point since she's been with me, you know, and with that 12, you know, it's like, it's so incredibly so. That's through tutelage, whereas tutelage will affect any of the others. You know, they'll go from 11. This guy will probably go to 25. Oh no, not because he's capped. This guy will probably get up to here before she gets like another 5 points. So the only way I can actually do this to level them up is by sieging. But when I do siege, I just want to take Zionica. I want to be at war with them. I'm assuming they're going to attack me. You know, I want them to attack me, unless they have like a party of about 500, or an army of about 500, which I should be able to defeat. Because my plan, by the time I'm at war, is to have the 5 parties, all around 200 by then, give or take. So if I can have 5 parties, let's say at 200, so that's 800, I can get up to 350 once I put Yennefer back in as my quartermaster. So I'll have 8, 9, 10... 1150-ish as an army, plus the garrison as backup. So that's what I'll be using in a defensive when they attack this, because they will, when I go to war with them. Because when I took this, they had, what was it, 11,000 troops. They've now expanded since then, so I've got to assume that they're going to be closer to about 12 to 14. They'll be able to, you know, send 2 big armies at me, and I'll go defeat those, and I've also got to take that. That will be my war goal, taking this city, because I've made this, it's a castle, it's defensive, you know, That's what it's designed to be. And I've brought it down from about 6 grand to about 1,000. And once that's level 3 and this is level 3, it should be breaking even with a full garrison at top tier, making it, you know, a strong castle that I'll need to defend against whatever is sent at me. Okay, so the other thing that I've been doing is going around, and this is where I've been so far, up this side, basically the westerly, northwest, all of these cities, checking gear, which is what I do anyway, but it gets a bit tedious looking for looking for a legendary or a masterworks, or, you know, and just going through the same inventory over and over again, and every 10th city you might find some better arrows. Anyway, with this mod, well, obviously that at 61, I think it's what Caladog uses. That's the best I've seen on that side of the map. That came from Valandia, so that's pretty cool. Now this actually came from Manarath, where my workshop is, and I feel vindicated that the best piece of armour I found so far was from my workshop. So 100, that's the highest I've ever had, you know, in essentially the base game, with a armor mod that looks good, you know. I don't know. Celts did wear crazy helmets. I wouldn't choose that. I would prefer a more functional helmet, but at least I can see myself on the battlefield now. They're the best. I've had them for a while. They're the best gauntlets, and they're the best booties. There doesn't seem to be any horse armour, not that I've seen as yet. Now, a couple of really decent weapons. This, you know, yeah, it just looks gorgeous. The whole, everything about it. So that was in, I don't know, a marketplace in, one of these two were in 2 random, you know, no reason they were there, just, so I bought them both. Now, that's all good. So I took the best gear and then basically just ramped it down. Now these are in most of the Empire. That's like standard. Oh, all right, well, that's a lot better than... So I've got those on most of my guys now. So that was a definite improvement. The gear that I've got predominantly is like base game gear, lordly, and this, you know, so some of the gear I actually won from battles when I took, you know, when I was at war with the Western Empire. So a few really good items. Now, come back to Lands. I don't know, obviously I've been watching her kills, and she used to be one of my top, you know, DPS with the Masterworks Noble Bow. But I would say that instead of doubling her kill rate, it's less than half. You know, noticeably disappointing. Now, I don't know whether it's just coincidence or that missile speed has had a massive impact on her ability to kill. I don't know. I'll keep it on her for a while, and then I'll swap back in the Masterworks bow and see if there's any improvement. I've also found some decent arrows. Okay, let me check. He should have some. 22 damage, stack 38. versus that was the base three damage. So these new arrows I'm finding are a massive improvement. That's 20 and 38, and that one's 22 and 38. So yeah, excellent. And what was the other thing? One decent lance, really good, way above the other best, the other where was it? There, the noble. So 41 versus 162. But what I like about it is they're not just overloaded with all this good gear. I would normally, go around the map buying stuff, selling stuff, crafting, but now I just was given a boost to need to go around. I've now got to go around every city and check what gear, what new items have just appeared, because I can't buy everything here and go, all right, I'm all kitted out. I've actually got to go off and get it, which is great, because I've got this amount of time to get all the rest of the good gear, train up and all my troops, have some significant battles so I can train up all of these guys, get them slightly more improved. She's my main melee captain, and she's coming along really well. She's got some really good gear on her, and her backup is her, which is very close second. So my two melee are, looking really strong. My range looking strong, but unfortunately he's dual tasking as an engineer, so I had to waste a lot of points in intel to get his engineering up. And his second, who will probably overtake him, came in as a medic, because they were basically, enabled me to build up the right points. So he will very soon overtake Toby and become my main archer, and then Toby and Chloe. Now I have to put points into these because they need to make experience, so 9 there, and then cap out this and try and get this up as quickly as possible while still being very effective military units. Okay, pretty much that's the main features that I've noticed since I've been using this mod. I thought I'd just give a quick recap. By the time I've covered, what I was planning on doing is going around Asari, and then coming back to the castle and then going up that way. Now, basically, since I've had the castle, I'll go off in a certain area for 10-20 days or so, and have to be back in order to end up putting more in. So this is coming along really nicely. The walls were 3, but everything else was really low, mostly like either nothing or 1 or whatever, like the lowest levels. So I've slowly got them all up. So one more out and back, and I'll be able to finish off the last ones. So yeah, this mod came in at a perfect time when I needed some incentives just to keep travelling the map, building up, rather than just going, right, I'm bored now, I'm going to go attack. So I've probably got another, hopefully 200 to 300 days, maybe even more, if I can push it for as long as possible, of going around building up, because I think the next thing for me is these guys. These are going to be my 2 replacement party leaders when they come in. They're pretty good. They'll have a lot of points, and then these guys are all going to be my melee. I'll bring them in as archers because they'll get loads of points, and then once they've developed in archery, I can just put them into melee because they'll have a lot of athletics, so they'll be good from the get-go. So in as archers, then put them into melee and send them out. And once they get good at melee, I can then put them into either cavalry or horse archers. So all of these guys are going to be really, really strong melee units. Now I've got to find wives for them to turn into governors, because I've got the first four wives, who will effectively be these governors here. But if I do that, I won't have a good quartermaster. So that's why I only want to take this one, so I can put one in and keep training up the rest. And then I might have to have a stopgap quartermaster until I get my next group of wives in, train them up. So first war goal is this, second war goal is this, and then third war goal is win the campaign. And that is my next time concern. And then once I start the kingdom, I'll have the conspiracy, which will be the ongoing missions that I've got to complete, or because I have failed that before. And if you fail it, I think 3 empires just automatically go to war with you, and the war goals are horrendous. You've got to take out half their cities, so I don't really want to do that. I want to avoid that if I can. Right, so that's an update on the mod. I'll next time I come back, I'll have it will be at least hopefully 100+ days into the game, and I'll have organised myself far more thoroughly. Okay, so we've been relatively busy. I guess a few more days have passed. I've gone from here up and around through Asari and back. I've managed to sort out most of my garrison with the top tier, so now when I click on them, these guys are original. From what I can tell, there's no change on a lot of the noble troops, so I'll leave them for now. I can't open those ones up. So yeah, most of them up to those are the new Imperial, but I think they're the same. I just can't access these here. I've got to go into the actual. Well, I don't know. I don't know what these are now, unless I can't basically click on them. So the garrisons are looking pretty good, pretty strong. Mostly, as I say, I'll just leave these guys in here and they'll just generate some experience, and this will just slowly top up, so when I come back I can level all those ones up. I've got a relatively small party, because what I have done is I've left Bradley's party as is, and no, obviously he hasn't leveled up anything yet. Now his new recruits might go past, but the original ones I gave him, I'm assuming won't any more than I will, which I'm guessing will affect all the NPCs, all the settlements and all the parties. They won't be able to level up their pre-existing troops, but obviously when they die, when they get new ones, it'll be interesting to see. I'm assuming they will be able to level them up after that. So I will check with Bradley. No, Mitchell. Mitchell's got a new party. I didn't give him any of the highest level, because I basically want to see. It looks like he has 43 Imperial Electric Centurions. Okay, that's good news. And some crossbow women. Okay, cool. And the Imperial Slib, whatever, the Horse Archer. So yes, it looks like they've got to basically recruit new troops, which which is an advantage to me because basically these will hopefully only have the original troops in, so they'll be a little bit easier to attack. So that's good news. Right, I have been around and checked out new gear, and I found a piece of armour that was better, but unfortunately I just yeah, no, hopefully I'll get something. I'll be able to give that to one of my, I don't know, my party members, because that's just not me. Yeah, no, not really. But for now, you know, it's those are ridiculous. 70 in arm. So anyway, I've got a few more places to go to. The bows, the bow that I had on, yeah, and this, I forgot to look, and then eventually I checked. Stood next to her during the battle. Her and Sora both had these bows, and basically the looters would come on, all the other horse archers would start firing. Sora and Yen would just sit there and do nothing until the looters, like, 50, 60 meters away, and then they had to point the bows up at the moon, and then the arrows just like dropped away. So yeah, the missile speed has a massive detrimental impact and makes it not worth having. But I got her that. So that was a one-off, a female bow, which obviously the difference in the missile speed, not as much damage, not as much accuracy, but at least you can hit. But I've got some, I found a bunch of really good arrows, so all of my archers have basically these arrows, which are way better than the original. So that's, there's that. Okay, so what did Sora got? Sora got an honor bow, which not quite as good as the, what was it, female bow? Yeah. So I found some decent recurve bows, but I don't think. Oh yeah, one hero noble bow. That's quite a bit better than the. I don't think I've got any noble bow. Yeah, significantly better. So yeah, there's some decent bows out there, decent arrows. As for weapons, I found quite a few of these. So they're a decent, they're relatively slow, but decent enough. I say slow. On me, they're slow because I don't have much in two hand, but these guys have more in two hands. But I did find myself a sexy little one-hander. So yeah, it's just fun going around and finding better gear. I needed it. I've been basically staring at the same gear for the best part of 3.5 years. Then they brought out Fine and Legendary and Masterworks, which is just the same gear, slightly better. Now I was watching a YouTuber, and he was saying how he never crafts, he never sells his crafted items because it's he considers it to be an exploit. And I'm like, yes, I obviously do. I go around, I smelt all the crap I don't need. I convert it into materials, and then I forge. Basically, I make my money off this. This is the standard. It seems to be the lowest amount of materials for the highest return. And I've got that perk that, where is it? It's in smithing. The minus 50% trade penalty. So those particular swords, I don't know if I've actually got any in inventory at the moment. Yes, sell for about 13,000. Now, every game I play, if there's crafting, I utilise it to equip myself. If I'm online, my clan members, and to sell to make money. So the thought of crafting items to sell to make money is natural to me, and I wouldn't consider it an exploit. Now, I know full well when the game first came out in early access, the javelins, the basic javelin, let's have a look at them. There, I've got to go and have these guys. If you made these, which didn't take too long to get to that one, because that's the second most damage. I think it still is, yeah. Anyway, so those, so you have one bit of iron, one bit of wood, and one charcoal. You know, I doubt that's even 50 quid's worth of material cost, and you could sell them for over 100,000 gold. Yeah, I did it, I must admit, and I was so relieved when they fixed it, because I did consider myself to be exploiting a system that was very broken. Whereas these, it's taken me, it took me a while to open all this up. It took me a long time to work out which I thought was the best variety. And eventually, I've got to a point where I can make them. It takes time. There's a lot of grinding. Making this amount of money isn't easy. It's still time consuming, and an option that allows you to stay positive. If I didn't do it, 10,000 quid a day, I've got to do it in order to maintain the party, the clan that I have currently, and that is only 3 parties and 1 castle. So yeah, I genuinely believe that crafting in this game is an aspect of the game designed to create better equipment for your character and your party members, and to get rid of all the crap that you don't want, and to convert that into money. That makes sense. Okay, so that's on crafting and making money. Back to the mod itself. I don't know if I'm going to have one in here. Okay, I need to go into orders and then into there. Okay, this one, I don't know if I can do it. It used to be either, no, not that one, or here. So I'm thinking, oh, there we go. That's handy, I can make those. Okay, so I'll make that. And I just made, I had that in stock, and I just made, 100,000 from an order. That's part of the game feature. These, I still can't make. I'm guessing the only way I can open up these is by getting them somehow, either buying them or looting them and then smelting them, because there's literally no way. So I'm guessing that at some point they'll need to be put into, or some way of being able to. I can make these because I think I opened them up in the in the original menu, whereas these I just literally can't. So that's with those. I think there was possibly what other hero stuff was there? Was there axes, hero axes? But yeah, so there are obviously a few fixes in the mod, and all I'm doing is highlighting them. It's not a criticism, it's just this is something I've noticed. You're probably aware, but if you're not, and there was not too sure about these. Let me just check. I bought them just for the sake of it. Boom arrows. I don't know if that's what the anchor, their damage 20, stack amount 38, which is huge, whereas their damage 8, which is higher than the original arrows for sure, but the stack amount is 3, which makes them pretty irrelevant unless they're going to have some kind of explosive, you know. So and then these were called temple arrows, but they have the bolt icon and then numbers, so I'm assuming they're bolts rather than arrows. And I bought this, I'm assuming it's in the same vein as the honor bow, where its accuracy is 0. So yeah, I just thought, you know, I'm going around collecting stuff. That's part of, you know, the game I play anyway. So rather than just get all the good stuff, I thought I'd buy some items that are probably in need of review. Okay, cool. Right, so what's next? I've still got 860 days. I've got my two of my parties up and running. So like I say, I want them, hopefully they'll get to about 200 by the time we create our own kingdom. I will need to change his troops, or I won't need to, I just will, because that's what I do. I will create the second, so I'll have the 4 parties. The castle is pretty much good to go. I'll actually just quickly, once this finishes, right, I'll just nip back there. I have basically got nearly everything to 3. I've just got a last couple of things to do, but you know, that will be done by the time I declare a kingdom, so that, you know, that I think will be covered by that. So, you know, even with essentially top tier garrisons, yeah, I don't expect it to make money or much money. It is a castle, you know, it's a fortified unit, but I don't really want it losing thousands. It's just, you know, it's not efficient, because obviously when I create my kingdom and when I'm at war, I will no longer be able to go around freely like I can now and buy, sell and craft. You know, I will be far more, even especially because if I'm at war here, I won't have access to hardly any cities in which to sell the loot that I obtain. You know, I'll have to be going right out of my comfort zone in order to sell anything. So it won't be easy. I would just have to stash everything. So I need, you know, a significant amount of capital in order to maintain the war. Alright, so I will now travel up through the Empire, and I haven't visited any of Sturgia or Kuzate since I've downloaded the mod. So once I've done that, I'll come back. Yen's always working. I guess it's a good thing. Or alternatively, we could just attack a settlement with a pub. That'll give us something else to do. Thank you for watching.